While many people over here in the United Kingdom were dismayed, disheartened, and more importantly, disgusted with the recent series launched by Harry and Meghan via Netflix, according to a very good source, they had a celebration party and more. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the very heart of London. As ever, nice to see you. Thank you, by your way, for all the nice comments about money boxes that we recently featured, seem to be a thing of the past. I was talking to a couple of people and I asked them, do your children have money? Do you give them like spending money? And they said, oh no, they've got their own credit cards. I kid you not. And these are not people who apparently are very wealthy parents. Oh no, apparently when they go on school trips and everything like that now, you can't give them money because everything's done via a card or a scan or something. So these cards, have you heard of this, by the way? It's a virtual card that you can insert on your phone. I know, you feel like a dinosaur, don't you? I said, right, so what you get, how much money do you give them? He said, well, not much, about £20. I used to get 50 pence. Did you? What did you get in ways of spending money? I know it's a generational thing and I get it, I know. But can you imagine, our age bracket, for instance, being given a credit card and then not only that, but it inserted into your mobile? It's a double whammy, isn't it? Makes you feel ancient. Back as ever to your breaking roll story of the day. This story, again, centers upon the fact that Meghan and Harry, as you know, recently hit New York in celebration of that award that they picked up, the Ripple of Hope Award. By the way, a lot of people are asking me, did you know that Meghan's podcast had picked up a People's Choice Award, I think it is, for Podcast of the Year? Let me tell you how that works. The bottom line is, did you know those awards existed? No. So if you give somebody controversial the award, guess what? You get some press. I'm not decrying it. If people liked it, I'm sure there were a few people that enjoyed episodes of Archetypes or whatever. But the bottom line is, let's be honest, this is the first time out of the traps. And all of these people that have been making podcasts and radio productions for years don't get a look in. She trots along, picks up an award. Work it out. As I've said to you before, a lot of awards are very, very stunted and fixed. As ever, I'm not suggesting that with Harry and Meghan. Back as ever to your story, because this is where it gets interesting. Some people might suggest, that it could be slightly embarrassing, given the sort of product that you're putting out with your docu-series, about the British monarchy. Would you be embarrassed or all that sort of stuff? According to a very good source who was with them on that New York trip, in fact, the latter. When they arrived, or should I say prior to arriving at the venue in New York, Meghan and Harry wished to know what media organizations were there. We're talking all the big ones, the CBS's, NBC's, MSNBC's, all the sort of news organizations. Strange, isn't it, when you think, because Harry apparently gets really nervous with all the cameras flashing, yet he wanted to know who was there. That's right, they need this publicity. It's oxygen for them. But what I think is rather tragic is the fact that they've decided to put a celebration on, not just, of course, her winning an award for a podcast, but giving themselves an award, a celebration of night, of a documentary, which has been very damaging. I don't mean in the content of the docuseries, but just given the fact that it's just been very damaging at this very difficult time for the British monarchy, particularly all those back and forth racial slurs. So for Harry and Meghan, it's business as usual. Apparently, according to that good source, Prince Harry is wholly delighted with the docuseries, more than thrilled with the way it's been received, and, as ever, thinks that there's still more to say. Frightening to think, isn't it? Now, I don't know about you if you've had a look or seen it or whatever, but whichever way you look at it, Harry and Meghan seem to be one thing, and that is very, very much addicted to media attention. We knew that about Meghan, but now we know it about Harry too. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.